if you move the heart and the lungs off to the side, you see this large, huge vein right here. And that's going to be the azygos vein. Then it's going to dump into the superior vena cava. This right here, well, it was. Okay, this is going to be the internal mammary vein. Then from here to here, and from here to where it starts to branch again, that's going to be the left and right brachiocephalic vein. You're going to have to say left and right, and you're going to have to say vein or artery, okay? So, then from here to where it starts to branch again, that would be your left and right subclavian vein. And as soon as you leave that branch, this one right here is going to be your left and right subscapular vein. You do not have to know that. Then it continues on to the axillary vein and then continues on to the brachial vein. Okay? Now, coming off of here, you've got your left and your right external jugular veins. This one right here is going to be an internal jugular. You have one on each side, but this one happens to be gone. Okay? Then we're going to come up the external jugular, and then you have your left or your right anterior facial vein, and your left or your right posterior facial vein. And then this one coming across here, that's going to be the transverse jugular. Okay? Now we're going to do arteries. Okay, now coming off of the heart here, you've got two branches, just like you did in the cow. You have brachiocephalic artery, and you have the left subclavian artery. Coming off of those subclavian arteries, you're going to have the left, and this one's broken, the right internal mammary arteries. As soon as you pass this internal mammary artery, it automatically turns into the axillary until under the armpit, and then it goes into the brachial. So, now you have three branches coming off of the brachiocephalic artery. You have left common carotid artery, the right common carotid artery, and the right subclavian artery. It's the same thing on the right subclavian that it is on the left subclavian. As soon as you leave that right internal mammary artery, it turns into the right axillary artery and then into the right brachial artery. Okie dokie? Okay, so let's do veins down here. Now, these ain't the best, but we're going to try to give it our best. Okay, as you can see right here, this is the adrenal gland right here. So, coming off here, it would have been right here. This would be you've got a left and a right adrenal lumbar vein. Then you have the left and the right renal vein. For Sharon's class, the left genital vein comes off of the left renal vein. Yeah, you guys are not required to know the genital vein, okay? The right genital vein would have been right here, and it comes off of the inferior vena cava, okay? So you've got your inferior vena cava, and then you have your right and your left iliolumbar vein. Now we're going to continue down. Now this is where the inferior vena cava ends. So from here, and I hope you can see that. So from here to right here, that's going to be your right or your left common iliac vein. Your internal iliac vein is right here. So, common iliac until you hit that internal iliac vein. Common iliac, internal iliac. From here to here is going to be the external iliac vein. So, common iliac vein, internal iliac vein, external iliac vein. Then you're going to have the deep femoral vein. And then coming down here, you're going to have the femoral vein until it branches again. It's going to continue this way until the great saphenous vein, right or left. And then this one is going to continue into the knee, and that's going to be your left or your right popliteal vein. Okay?
That's the one that confused me.
Yeah. Okay, arteries. Now, for Maggie, all you have to know that this is the aorta. For Sharon, you're going to have to know that this is the abdominal aorta. Okay, so anything below the diaphragm is going to be the abdominal aorta. So, the first branch off of the abdominal aorta is going to be the celiac artery. These aren't done. Okay, so the first branch off of the abdominal aorta is going to be the celiac artery. Now, coming off of the celiac artery, and this one's, here it is right here. The first branch off of the celiac artery is going to be the hepatic artery. So, from here, Maggie's different. Here's the celiac artery. So from here to here is going to be the gastrosplenic artery. Then you're going to continue up. Matter of fact, you know what? No, I'm going to switch it and make it both of these all at the same time. All right? So from here to here, this whole thing is going to be the celiac artery. Okay? Then, from where it starts to branch to where it starts to branch again, right here, that is going to be the gastrosplenic artery. And then it's going to continue up. And now this guy's been torn and worn and all kinds of stuff. But as you can see, this one right here is going straight into the spleen. Okay, so that would be your splenic artery. Now, I'm not sure if she requires left gastric or right gastric or not, but I think if you would just...
As long as you put gastrosplenic, she's good with that.
Okay. Okie dokie.
Okay, so from here to here, that's gastrosplenic?
No.
Or from here to here?
From as soon as you leave that, well, remember this is a drawing. So let's use this. So from here to where it starts to branch, okay, that is going to be the celiac artery. Okay, from here to here is going to be the gastrosplenic artery. Then it goes into the splenic artery. Okay, for Sharon, she does not require you guys to know left gastric. Okay, so this one would be gastrosplenic. So as soon as you come off of here, that would be the gastrosplenic. Okay? So now, the second branch off of the aorta is going to be the superior mesenteric artery. That goes to the small intestines. Okay? SS, an easy way to remember it. Superior mesenteric, small intestines. Okay? Now, this one's gone, but over here, in fact, no, that's not it. But this one, as you can see, it would be coming towards the adrenal gland. So this coming off of the abdominal aorta would be your left or your right adrenolumbar artery. This right here would be your left or your right renal artery. These right here, and you guys are not required to know that, but you are. This would be your right and your left genital arteries. I doubt very seriously if she'd pin those because they're too thin. Okay? Now you've got this one. This one right here. Now this is going to the large intestines. So this would be the inferior mesenteric artery. Then you have your right and your left iliolumbar arteries. So your abdominal aorta comes down, okay, then it's going to stop right here, but then it's going to continue on a little bit more, and then right here you've got your right and your left internal iliac arteries. Okay? Now, the cat does not have a common iliac artery. So, as soon as you come off of the abdominal aorta, so from here to this branch, that is going to be your right or your left external iliac artery. These are going to be the internal iliac arteries. Then you have your right or your left deep femoral artery. Then you have your femoral artery. And the same thing happens as in the veins. It's going to continue on into the right or the left popliteal artery. And as you can see, the saphenous artery is very, very thin. Okay? And then it would branch off into the saphenous artery.
Do you think she'll tag the popliteals?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
At least one of them.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, if I remember right, this one was a little bit better as far as...
You had a good one, but I think
She's probably, yeah, she probably has it for the exam. So, we're going to have to use our imaginations here. Okay. Now, just like the inferior mesenteric artery, remember the hepatic portal system is nothing but veins. Okay? So, large intestines, you've got the inferior mesenteric artery going to the large intestines. So, the inferior mesenteric vein is also going through the large intestines. Then it's going to come up, and it's going to meet up with here. Okay? So, this right here is going to be the superior mesenteric vein. Okay? Then, as you can see, it branches again. Okay? So, here's the superior mesenteric vein, and then it branches. This right here, and this vein is a little fatter than the rest of them. This is going to be the hepatic portal vein. This one over here, so from here to here, that's going to be the gastrosplenic vein. So, superior mesenteric vein. Then it's going to branch off. On this side, it's going to be the hepatic portal vein. On this side, it's going to be the gastrosplenic vein. And then, as you can see, it goes straight, and I do it this way. And as you can see, it's going straight into the spleen. So that would be the splenic vein. Now, for Sharon's class, not Margaret's. For Sharon's class, the superior pancreatico-duodenal vein comes off of the hepatic portal vein. And that's this right here. Okay? Now, the inferior pancreatico-duodenal vein comes off of the superior mesenteric vein.
The day is flying by.
So that would be this right here.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay? I doubt if she's going to do the inferior. More than likely she'll do the superior. Now for Margaret, both the superior and inferior she's got coming off of the superior mesenteric vein. Okay? And she just did it easier